just wanted to show you how I make these Ouija boards. These I handcraft from wood. I cut them out of pine. They are 14 by 20. I get them cut at the hardware store. I bring them home, I sand the edges, smooth it all the sides out, make it really nice. Then I stain and sand the boards. From here, I'll stain it with, I use Rust-Oleum, and it's an ebony stain. And I take that, let it dry, and then I'll do a second coat sometimes. Then I'll sand it. It just depends on how it looks. And then I'll sand it to kind of give it that rough look. A little difficult to see in the lighting. But then all the little details that I bring out from the sanding will pop out later when I give it a gloss finish. And then what we have here is a silk screen. And what I did on the other side is I built a jig. Sorry about the way I should say something about that. I have kind of a problem right now with my speech because I had surgery for squamous cell carcinoma, and they removed part of my tongue, and it's been 2 weeks out since the surgery. So sometimes I speak a little funny right now, and so hopefully it will go away. But that's a different story. Anyway, I just wanted to explain this. This here's a jig I built around it, so the board will actually fit perfectly within that. So I don't have to worry about aligning it. I'll slide that on top. And then what you do is you take your squeegee with ink, you push it over, cover it, make sure the whole area is covered evenly. You pull the squeegee, and then when it's completely done, you lift it up, and then the image sits on top. And you get something like this, and then I let it dry and overnight, and then the next day, I'll put about 3 coats of Rust-Oleum gloss finish. I kind of like that the best. And that's it. That's how I build these. And then I bet you're wondering, for the people that are really into Ouija, I also have the planchette. This is a 7-inch diameter with a 2-inch hole. I cut this with a hole saw, and I do the exact same thing. I sand it, smooth it all out, all the edges. I'll end up staining it, sanding that, and then I screen print this design. And that is over there, so I don't worry about that. But yeah, all these I designed myself in Illustrator. Screen printing, look it up, silk screen. Different terms, serigraphy, S-E-R-I-G-R-A-P-H-Y. It's the art form of making screen prints. It's the same thing that Andy Warhol did with all those famous pictures of Elvis and Marilyn Monroe, things like that. Those weren't paintings. A lot of people think they're paintings. They're not paintings. He took a photo of it, blew it up, basically, and burned that into the image, much like how my screen here has a burn see-through of my design. See, anywhere that's pink and solid, ink won't go through, but anywhere that's clear, that's where the ink will go through. That's what they did back then to make those famous images, iconic imagery with Andy Warhol's work. And I just do the same thing. And that's how I make the boards. They're all for sale on Etsy. I'll leave a link. It's actually etsy.com/shop/JACOSTA. And right now I have about 2 left, and I'm making about 8 more right now. I just wanted to explain how this process works. All right, thank you guys.